Hey you guys, welcome to the channel. It's me, Keioffa. Welcome back to my chart. All right, y'all, so I'm at home, as you can see. Quick video on investment tips that I use, y'all, and I had to do stuff that was gonna be easy for me, because when you working in the OR or working anywhere, like, you don't really have time to like really think sometimes. So I needed to make my investment strategy very simple and pretty much semi-automated. It's not completely automated, but you know, depending on what you're investing in, you can automate the entire thing. But some of the stuff that I invest in, I have to actually put some work in. The first thing that I did, you guys, and I do it kind of religiously at this point, not even thinking about it, I invest in my education. I read a lot or listen to a lot of books on Audible, on YouTube, on, like, some of them I pay for, some of them I don't. But I do have a subscription to Audible. So when I find a book that I want to learn about or read about or listen to, because you know Audible, you listen to them, then I'll just have credits already available, so I don't have to worry about, oh, do I have the money or anything like that. So that's set up automatically. Some people, like, I guess they don't like subscriptions, but to me, if it's a subscription to something that's gonna help me in the long run, then I want to have it already done, so I don't have to think of it. So YouTube is also a good place to get like free audiobooks or listen to things. Just go to YouTube and listen to the book for free, some of them. Now, how I find the books that I learn or read about on the topics that I want to learn about is I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and during the videos, most people will suggest what they're reading, and if I'm vibing with that person and I, you know, like how they're moving and whatever it is they're talking about, I'm probably gonna go read the book, listen to the book, because I'm watching their video. We have something in common. The next thing that I do, and this one is so easy now to me, but at the beginning it was intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, they say scared money don't make money, so ain't no sense to me just letting fear control my finances. Like, that's not okay. Stocks. And with stocks, my stocks is automated, not the purchases, so to speak, but more like the funds are removed. So I'll have money come out every week, and then during the week I'll either watch some videos, or if I don't know of a new stock that I want to purchase, then I'll just like buy more of stocks that I already have. But I do that every week, you guys, and like I say, it's pretty much automated. Some people do have options, or some platforms have options where you can go and you can automatically have the funds go into whatever stock you want. But for me, this is where I kind of like to be a little bit hands-on sometimes, because maybe this week I don't want to buy, you know, Amazon or whatever other stocks I already have shares. Maybe I want to purchase something new, you know, and maybe I've learned some more information about this industry or that particular business, so I want to go and purchase that. So, or sometimes I really talk to a lot of people about like who they invested in, and I don't know if that's like inappropriate or not, but I do ask. I'm like, so do you invest in, you know, like what companies do you invest in? Because I really want to know. Y'all know I'm outside, so y'all gotta forgive the noise, but it's nice out, right? It's so nice. It's hot too. It's gonna be hot because it's already like 80-something degrees, almost 80 degrees outside, and it's about probably like almost 9 o'clock. And so anyways, you guys, so yeah, the stock market. Now you can use, I like Robinhood, because I've been using Robinhood for years and I'm familiar with the interface. But Webull is another company that I see a lot of people invested in. Those are just like the apps. And then if you want to get like with the big dogs, you can go to Fidelity and Charles Schwab and those type of people, and they all have it automated. Why you would go with the other companies would be like, they it's faster, I guess is the way to say it. Like, if you want to buy the stocks, it's not a delay. With Robinhood and Webull, I believe they have like a couple seconds delay in the time you purchase the stock and the time it's executed, which could play a part in the money, if it's big money and stuff like that. So once you really starting to invest like big, like thousands and thousands of dollars at a time, I would say go over to Fidelity or Charles Schwab, but I don't use those guys right now. Like, I do have a Fidelity account because I like getting familiar with a company before I actually start investing on their platform. So it took me years to start investing on Robinhood, but that was the easiest one for me to learn, you guys. And so Robinhood gives you information on the stocks and if you should purchase the stocks and all those things, or not if you should purchase it, but it gives you like an analysis breakdown. And I just got really familiar with it. So I would say pick one. Just get used to using the platform before you start investing in it. And once you get a little bit comfortable, or let's just say you got a couple dollars, it don't have to be thousands on these platforms, but if you have a couple dollars that you know you can learn how to play with, then go ahead and just start on Robinhood or Webull. I haven't used Webull, but I have seen the interface and everything, and it seems very similar like all the other kind of apps, if that makes any sense, like financial apps or any kind of app, really. Because the thing about apps is you want it to be easy for your user to use, and if it's easy for me to use and I can understand what moves I'm making, then I like that. And so, but back in the day, Robinhood didn't have it to where you can buy fractional shares. And if you don't understand what that means, it's like instead of me buying a whole share of a company, it would be me buying as much of it as I could afford. So they didn't have that option back in the day. Now they do. So if you got $20, that's what you got to, to invest, or that's what you got extra, then just go ahead and put it in on Robinhood. It take a couple days for it to come out of your account. So that's why I just like mine to just kind of be on autopilot. So when I do look at it, it's money there, but just be mindful that it takes a couple of days for it to come out of the account. But yeah, if you got $20, let's just say you do it weekly. And I only say do it weekly because then the money is gone and you can't just go spend it on something, like on some whatever, something that you don't need that's not gonna make you no money. Now I'm not saying to not go enjoy your life and buy things, but if you're gonna buy things that don't bring you value, then at least buy things that do bring you value. You know what I'm saying? And so make it at least balanced. So yeah, I would just make it easy on myself by transferring the money out automatically, and then I would go in, like I said, semi-automatic. I would go in and actually pick which stocks that I want to purchase with that money that I have pulled out automatically. And another reason that I do it, like I said, automatically, is because of that delay that they have when it comes out of the bank. The next investment strategy that I do would be life insurance. So y'all already know this. We'll talk life insurance policy in the sense of, we shouldn't call it an investment, but let's just say preparing for the future, right? I do intend on getting older and not working as much, right? And so what life insurance does is, well, certain policies, we'll say the one that has a cash value, what that allows me to do is invest my money or deposit my money into a life insurance policy that builds cash value over time. So let's just say I want to use the money to retire, I can, and there is no age limit on life insurance policies. So I don't have to wait till I'm 59 and a half to withdraw it. I just have to have enough income to be able to withdraw it. So there's no penalties if I pull it out. Also, let's just say I don't need the money to retire, but I want to go buy a new car and I don't have good credit. That sounds, and I'm laughing because that's kind of like a contradiction, right? Like most people who have enough money to save have enough money to fix their credit. But let's just say my credit bad and I got this cash value, or I don't even want to touch my credit. I don't even want to use credit, right? From another institution. I can go borrow the money that I need to buy my car. If I have enough cash value in my insurance policy, I can go take that money and I can borrow it against it at the from the insurance company. Now what's sweet about this deal is you don't lose the compounding interest aspect. So what that means is like your money is being deposited into this life insurance policy that's building up interest. If I pull out $10,000, even though the interest will still grow on the money that's in there, but if it's a lesser number, so I'm not getting as much back in interest. I hope that made sense to you guys. So what the life insurance company allows you to do is leave your whole $10,000 in there, borrow against that because that's their collateral, and if you don't pay them back, they'll just take this money from out of your policy. If you die before you pay them back, they'll just take this money out of that cash value policy. So that's a way for people to actually become your own bank. If you ever go and hear about people talking about becoming your own banker, this is part of that like strategy. So I'm doing that for myself, and what I'm looking at doing is getting another policy to increase it, because you can throw a lot of money into these policies that, let's just say, let's see how to explain it to you guys. So if you make a certain amount, like your insurance policies is based on your annual income. So even if I made, let's just say I made $20,000 one year and I got a life insurance policy and I'm only paying like $100 a month for this cash value policy, that still, everything I said earlier about it compounding interest, all of that still applies, but it's a low number, right? So let's just say next year I get another job and I'm making about double that or 3 times that, and I have extra money and I want to put it in this insurance policy that builds cash value. Well, in order for me to do that, I can only put so much in without it becoming a taxable transaction. So we can get into that in another video, but you can either buy another policy that you would have to still pay for, and these policies are whole life policies. So once you commit to it, you're committed, like you're in the game. And if you decide that you don't want to pay it anymore, pretty much forfeit all of that money that you have put into that policy. So this is for somebody that has more of a that's more committed to this. I'll talk about term insurances in another video. In this video, I just want to talk about investing, right? Or how I invest and put my money to work for me. So that's what it's like, the cash value insurance. So that's one way that I do it, y'all. That money come out of my checking account every month. I know exactly what day it's gonna come out on. I don't have to really think about it. I just know that it's there. Like, I know that that's gonna be subtracted. So you can do this for your kids as well. And so that's something that I'm thinking about doing for Braylon, is just go ahead and get his own cash value policy started. Some people go through Gerber Life and all that, and you can, but because I'm already a life insurance agent and I can reach out to people that are in the industry personally and get guidance. So that's what I do. So yeah, so that's it really for insurance, as far as it being a place to put your money. Now, what you can do too is, based off that scenario that I gave earlier, if you get an increase in your wealth or you get an increase in income, instead of getting another insurance policy, if you don't want to do that, some people just go get a Roth Ira. You can put up to $6,000 a year into a Roth IRA. So that's the way for you to actually put somewhere for you to put your money to. But with the Roth IRA, along with like a 401k and other investment strategies, put it out too soon, you get a penalty. And so, you know, we're trying to avoid paying penalties at all costs. So that's one reason I technically don't put money into a Roth IRA, but that don't mean that you should. And honestly, you can set it up through most banks and it will come out automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. So the last thing that I have on my list as far as investment strategies that I do is businesses. It's online businesses specifically, or online side hustles. And I'm saying online because it has a lower overhead. If you do anything that's going to have some physical products or a physical location, your overhead is going to go up. Online businesses that I like are YouTube, is podcasting, it will be blogging, you guys, social media content, building out ads and things like that, if that was something that you wanted to get into. But there are several businesses that you can do online. Affiliate marketing is another one. And you just do these businesses, and the only overhead you really have is going to be if you don't have a laptop or a computer or a cell phone. And so you need to purchase that. You need internet, and that's pretty much maybe some editing software. And if you're gonna do a website, that's just for YouTube. So with YouTube, you just really need a phone, and you just need maybe some editing software, I would say, with YouTube. So you can start a whole business with your phone and do YouTube if you got the time. Or you can do, even if you don't have the time, because YouTube is so like flexible, when you can create your own schedule, when you're gonna post, when you're not gonna post, what you're gonna talk about. The same thing with a blog. The blog is, you might need a website, a domain name, and then hosting. So, and every month hosting might be like $10. The domain name for the year might be $15, $20 for the entire year. Now with websites, it could get a little interesting, because you could use tools. You might have to buy a template if you want to, but you can still do it very, very low cost compared to having a brick and mortar or physical product. Now, if you wanted to sell stuff like products, I wouldn't physically purchase raw material, because then your overhead, you got to store it and you got to ship it and everything. I would say if you want to get into that kind of world, to do drop shipping, where you're even print on demand price items. So instead of doing like having the product at your home, or where you have to actually physically take care of the stuff and send it out, if you do drop shipping, you can just have the manufacturer send it to the customer, and you don't really have to touch the product at all. You just get a commission. And then the same thing with print on demand. You could just go to these websites like Printful or Teespring, upload your design, you know, maybe purchase 1 or 2 so you can market it, or however many designs. You know, I would purchase them for myself to market it and show it off. But you don't have to really touch the product. Once you upload the design, Printful or Teespring will actually ship that product to the customer once they do their transaction. So the customer goes onto your link, purchases your t-shirt or your ball cap, Printful prints it out and send it to the customer. You don't even have to do anything in there, you guys. So that's what if I wanted to get into business online, if I wanted to get into business right now, I would not be buying brick and mortar. I wouldn't do brick and mortar right now, you guys. Like, that's why you don't really hear me talking about doing hair too much, because that business model to me doesn't fit the lifestyle that I'm creating. And so, but I do see other ways that being in the beauty industry could work, and I'm trying to play with that. But as far as physical products or having a physical location, that just doesn't appeal to me. So anyways, you guys, that's all I got for you in this video. I hope this was helpful. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Bye, guys.